program is presented by Success Society International. See you at the top. Self-confidence is the ability to subordinate your likes and dislikes towards one purpose that you hold. Hello everyone, this is Vaibhav Mehta, your presenter for Being Champions. All excited to take you to a wonderful, fantastically awesome journey today on a theme that makes a champion really a champion. That makes people believe that you are a champion and you yourself believe from the very inside that you are a champion. So my dear friends, have you ever been to a restaurant, ordered a cup of coffee, and maybe when you were having a coffee, you spilled a little bit of coffee. You were just going to ask a napkin, but you hesitated. You were like, what will the waiter think? Will he slam me back saying, why did you spill this? Have you ever been to a conversation, you wanted to say something, but you said, no, I should not do that. I don't know what they'll say about me. Have you ever been in a situation where people all around you are expecting you to do something and you feel so shy that you're not able to respond to that moment? If that has ever happened with you, this episode can be a complete transformation. So my dear friends, today we are talking about self-confidence, or let's say self-esteem at the same time. So my dear champions, I have a very simple question to you. You have to go and visit a doctor to get your eyes operated, and then you go to the first doctor and you say that I have to get my eyes operated. Doctor, he says, oh, you want to get your eyes operated? Okay, I think I can do it. Maybe I just completed my college, maybe I'll be able to do it. And then you go to a doctor and say, I want to get my eyes operated, and that's say, oh yeah, we can do it. I've been doing it such a long time, for long. Have you ever been in a situation where you ask someone about something, and when they are not confident, you don't feel confident about that person and he loses a deal? Or you wanted to talk to someone, you lose a relationship that way? My dear champions, may it be a plumber, entrepreneur, or any other person doing any work in the world, confidence is what makes a lot of difference between the 0 grade to the top grade, between the 0 notch to the top notch. So today we are really going to learn how to develop confidence. So welcome once again, all excited to invite you to watch this just wonderful journey on self-confidence today. So my dear friends, let's talk about one very important aspect when we talk about the self-confidence. I'll share you a very good story, okay? So in our South Asia, we have this culture of, Sarma ji ka beta wala thing. The parents keep on comparing their children to someone else's children. So her father always used to say his child that, see Mr. Verma ji's son, he's always scoring so good. See Mrs. Rakhicha's daughter, she's always scoring so good. See XYZ son, daughter. And now this child had a result of exam. He went to his parents and said that I've got my result, and father says, okay, what was the result? He's always angry like that. And he says, Dr. Rakhicha? He says, yes, her daughter failed. He said, okay, what about your result? He says, Engineer Sharma ji, yeah, I do, but what's the relation? His son also failed. So, okay, but tell me about you. That uncle, the government officer, yes, his son also failed. Okay, I got he failed, but what about you? And the child says that, what are you, a prime minister, a president? If all of those children failed, you are a normal businessman. How can I pass in the exams? So my dear champions, this comparison culture has been happening the whole time since long ages, and this is what has been shaping who we are from the very inside. My dear champions, there was an experiment done on monkeys. What they did is, they made a very small setup, 2 monkeys in a transparent cage. Now what the monkey had to do is that he had to get a stone, and when he gave the stone for the first time, he used to get a cucumber. Just beside his cage was another monkey. When he gave the stone, he was being given a grape. So first monkey completes his task and gets cucumber, so happy, he's in the top of the world. And then he sees the other monkey gets grapes and he gets completely angry. Now second time he gives the stone and he gets his piece of cucumber once again, and he gets completely angry. So I want to show you this video. After this video, I'll be back. I'm sure you will be into so much of laughter after this video.
Is the monkey who gets cucumber. The one on the right is the one who gets grapes. The one who gets cucumber, note that the first piece of cucumber is perfectly fine. The first piece he eats. Then she sees the other one getting grape, and you will see what happens. So she gives a rock to us, that's the task. And we give her a piece of cucumber, and she eats it. The other one needs to give a rock to us. And that's what she does. And she gets a grape. And she eats it. The other one sees that. She gives a rock to us now, gets again cucumber. She tests the rock now against the wall. She needs to give it to us. And she gets cucumber again.
I'm sure that video made you laugh. It did me as well. Actually, our mind has been working this way because this has been a long evolution. You know, when we were children, our mother used to come to us with that spoon fed and say, eat. And we were like, no, I don't want to eat. I don't want to eat. And then mother used to say, XYZ, ABC, son. Mother used to call someone else and give the spoon, and we were like, I want to have the food. We have been doing that from the all time, and that's where the seed of jealousy and comparison is born. My dear friends, take this very, very as serious as possible. You comparing yourself to someone is an injustice to God's creation on you. It's a disfaith on God's creation of you. Because God made you, isn't it? And when you were born on this world, He believed you are unique. I mean, have you ever seen anyone with your same fingerprints, retinas? There have been billions of people, but your retina designs are unique. Your fingerprint has never ever been replicated before, and it won't be replicated again. You know, Osho said it so beautifully. You know, how many of you love roses? Raise your hand there. I can see you out there. You know, I can see you. Rose? Okay, lily. How many of you love sunflowers? I see some hands raised again. So you know what the challenge is? Osho said it like so beautifully. He said the challenge is, the beauty is that all of us humans are born as beautiful flowers in the world. But the challenge is that the rose, Osho said it so beautifully that all of us are born as beautiful flowers in the world. Some are roses, some are lilies, some are sunflower. But the challenge is that the rose wants to become the lily wants to become the sunflower wants to become the rose. No one is happy being who they are. Just imagine for a moment, just take it for a second. If you completely nourish and cherish you being born as a human, you see, you're unique. Have you ever seen anyone with your same facial structure? There's no one like you. There are 7 billion people in the world, and you cannot find any another you. What does that mean? Have you ever questioned yourself? I know at some time we feel like we are nothing, but at that point of time, I want you to realize that you are a champion, and that's why we call this show Being Champions with Vaibhav Nahata. So my dear champions, here comes a fantastically awesome video, and back after the video, I'll come up to you again and we'll learn how we can get beyond comparison and dive into the wonderful ocean of infinite confidence. Here comes the video. I'm sure you enjoyed that video, champions, isn't it? That was amazing. So my dear champions, I have one more question to you again. We were talking, how can we go beyond comparison? Well, there's only one way. Have you ever feel being compared when you are at your home? I mean, when you're sitting alone with your friend, your good friend, you don't start comparing. It's when there's a distance of self-esteem. You're getting me? Try to get this. There's a little bit of depth here. There's a second person in front of you. He has more confidence than you. He's more dominative than you, and that's why you feel inferior. So this is inferiority complex. How can we go beyond this? The answer is self-talk. Once again, the simple answer that works wonders is self-talk. If we change the way we talk to ourselves, we change our perception about ourselves. When we change our perception towards ourselves, we change the way we look ourselves. Our inside changes. When the way we look ourselves from inside changes, the way the world looks us completely transforms. So it all begins with talking to yourself in the right way. We'll talk more about it after the break, and I'm also excited to share you more about this. So after the break, we'll have a wonderful chat. Please don't leave me. Okay, see you after the break. All excited to talk wonderful things with you more and more. Here comes the break, champions. Welcome back after the break, champions. We're talking about self-talk and redesigning it. You see, what self-talk, when we talk to ourselves, we give ourselves certain commands all the time, and all those commands are shaped in the format of I am. So you know, Muhammad Ali, the greatest boxer who ever existed, he always used to say, I'm the greatest, and that's what made him the greatest. So all the time we have a talk, self-talk going on with ourselves. When it's about confidence and it's about being compared, that I'm not good enough, that I'm not good enough, or I'm not happy, this and that, and that's what leads to the lack of confidence. If we can change this self-talk, every single thing changes. So here we have a video of Muhammad Ali first of all coming, and then I'll share you more about changing the way we talk to ourselves.
I am smart, I am blessed, I can do anything. I am smart, I am blessed, I can do anything. I am smart, I am blessed, I can do anything.
You know, Muhammad Ali is one of the person who always inspired me. Loved his video of this. And now, my dear champions, let me take you to a new aspect when we talk about self-talk. What is self-talk actually? It's the way we give ourselves commands. As I said earlier, my question is, how can we design it then? So, self-talk can be redesigned by affirmations. What's affirmations? Affirmations is constructive self-talk you give to yourself. See, it's very simple. See it this way. Your mind is a factory, and it creates thoughts all the time, at least 50,000 thoughts every single day. And now these thoughts out of two people, you are two aspects. Take it a little deep. The first is the champion Bahadur and the other is the loser Bahadur. The champion Bahadur always says about big thing. He says that I can do anything, I'm confident, I'm amazing, I'm just fantastically awesome. But loser Bahadur says, what are you talking about? You're a loser. You can't do anything. And then this conflict of champion Bahadur and loser Bahadur is what is making you. So if we can change the frequency of thoughts of champion Bahadur, the loser Bahadur's thought will reduce. But the trick here is that if champion Bahadur is not taking place, loser Bahadur find its way on its own. It's like in a field, if no wheat is grown, weeds will grow on their own, isn't it? Similar is with our thoughts, with our self-talk. So we must have to design the champion Bahadur talks on ourselves. How do we do that? We do that with affirmations. So what are affirmations? Positive commands, as I said you, constructive commands like I'm amazing, that I'm beautiful, that I'm fantastically awesome, that I am as good as possible, that I am unbelievable and cherish every single moment in my life. And when you say this to yourself again and again, things transform. That's the power of repetition. You know why our yogis and all those nonsense saints do the mala thing, the 108 beats? That's because repetition was a science that was discovered long ago. And I wanted to find the one challenge you have in your life. So one challenge for me at this moment could be more focus. So what could be my affirmation? It would be I am more focused, that I am more dedicated towards my goal, that I am more aligned with my purpose of life. So when you design your self-talk like this and repeat to yourself every single day, everything in your life takes a complete transformation, champions. And it's completely your choice. You can start affirmations today and start seeing fantastically awesome results, champion. Here comes another video when we are talking about self-talk today, and after that we'll have a last little part of our today's episode.
In a part of a winning team.
For all of Spud's accomplishments, Muggsy Bogue's story is perhaps even more incredible. At only 5'3", he entered the NBA as the shortest player in league history. And as he joined the Washington Bullets, who also boasted the league's tallest player, it seemed that he would be more of an oddity than a legitimate player.
When I first got drafted, I thought, they was really committed to me. But as the season went along, I just saw it as a novelty act, just something to sell tickets.
After a frustrating rookie season, he was left unprotected in the expansion draft. But turning this apparent rejection into an opportunity, he would make his mark with the Charlotte Hornets.
Bogues at the top, penetrates, goes in for the layup. It is good. Is he exciting? I'd pay to see him.
He just disrupts everything.
What a steal by Muggsy Bogues.
No guys running around in between your legs.
Pounded by Muggsy.
He just plays with so much heart and hustle.
Fumbled for a moment. Bogues picks his pocket.
I try to put pressure on my opponent every time, and I know that I'm going to get it sooner or later.
Stolen by Muggsy.
In addition to his defensive skills, Muggsy also became a premier playmaker.
Great pass by Muggsy.
I feel very comfortable dribbling the basketball without looking at it, and it allowed me to look around and see what's going on out on the basketball court.
From 1990 to 1994, only John Stockton accumulated more assists, a feat that Muggsy's teammates clearly appreciated.
It makes me run harder because I know that, hey, if I run, I'm going to get the ball. He's always told me, Joe, you run out, I will see you.
Muggsy's inspirational story has made him a fan favorite, especially for smaller fans.
Go Muggsy!
For them, he's a role model with whom they can easily identify.
Muggsy!
I really never thought about my height. Other people see me as 5'3". I just see myself as a person and not really any height. I just play my game and just play the best way I know how.
For all the obstacles that Spud and Muggsy overcame.
I'm sure that video was again very insightful and entertaining at the same time, because that's what we do in being champions. So my dear champions, I want to do something right now. One more thing about confidence is when you see, your mind cannot distinguish between visualization and reality most of the time. So if you can visualize yourself in one moment of past that you were very confident and maybe write it down, whenever you see that writing, you'll feel the same emotion. I've been doing this all my life. I'm 7 to 8, but I've been doing this since 3 to 4 years right now. Not 3, I say 2.5 years. Yes. So have been doing this and it has worked wonders for me. So you write down at this moment, I'm feeling amazing, and you write a letter to yourself. And when you see that letter once again in any other part of your life, you'll feel same amount of confidence and energy, my dear champions, because that's how our brain thinks. It can replicate the emotions when we can visualize it. So my dear champions, how do we end today's episode of Being Champions? The best way could be you writing a letter to yourself about a past moment that you felt very, very confident about, and you place 3 new affirmations in your life. It could be I'm amazing, it could be I'm a champion, it could be anything else, completely your choice. And when you do this, repeat it with yourself again and again, since a good amount of time, every single thing in your life will change. So thank you so much, champions, for watching today's episode of Being Champions with Vaibhav Nahata. Really love being with you. I'm so grateful that you come up every Monday 7 PM to watch my episode. One more good thing, you can go to YouTube, type Vaibhav Nahata and find all these wonderful videos, episodes there, and watch it any other time you want. Thank you so much, champions, for watching today's episode. Next Monday 7 PM I'll be back with greater zeal, energy and enthusiasm only on Being Champions with Vaibhav Nahata. See you soon. Done. This program is presented by Success Society International. See you at the top.